Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, now you know. This is your NXT Great American Bash review on Tuesday night, July 6th, 2021. Joseph Conlon here with the NXT co host, Cameron Johnson. I was very, very excited for tonight's Great American Bash, and I thought this was a fantastic show tonight. Their best television show, I think, since Halloween Havoc, all the way back in October. And I think we need more of this from NXT. I think we need more of the theme shows like AEW does. I think we need that on NXT as well. It gives them a special show appearance, I guess you could say. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed tonight's show. Cameron, what is going on, my friend? How are you doing on this fine Tuesday night? And did you enjoy the show tonight?
I'm doing good, Joseph. I'm doing good, and I enjoyed the show. I thought NXT. I thought this was a very good. I thought this was an excellent episode of NXT tonight. The theme shows definitely work, and that's one thing I like to see. That's one thing I like to see promotions do, especially NXT. When we get these theme shows, I hope they become a yearly thing where we get. I hope this becomes a yearly thing where we get Halloween Havoc yearly, Great American Bash yearly. Halloween Havoc yearly, Great American Bash yearly, New Year's Evil yearly. I like the fact that we get these theme shows, and I think they help out. I think they help out a lot, and I think they're necessary since NXT only runs about 4 or 5 takeovers a year. I think having these theme shows and really help. I think having these theme shows are necessary. I think they help out a lot, and I think they help out a lot. And since we get this on NXT, I don't understand why Raw and SmackDown can't do something like this. I don't understand why Raw and SmackDown, instead of us having all these themed shows, why we can't get an episode of Raw or SmackDown that's a Backlash themed episode, or it's like a Backlash themed episode or Extreme Rules themed episode. But NXT once again succeeds over the main roster. They triumph once again. This was an excellent show tonight, and the month of July kicks off right for wrestling.
And the one thing that I loved about NXT tonight, everything mattered. Everything was very important on tonight's show. Every match was really good. But you had the opening match with MSK versus Ciampa and Thatcher. You had the middle part with LA Knight and Cameron Grimes, and then you had the closer with Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. And I felt everything tonight was very enjoyable for me. And I loved it, man. I really did. Great show tonight. I hope we see more of these shows. Heck, if they want to add another show and like after the whenever they can, if they want to do that, I would not have a problem with it. But man, it's going to be a fun review tonight here on the Big Fight Field channel. I thank you all for joining me once again. Just like I said last night, I hope everyone out there enjoyed their 4th of July weekend. Unfortunately, after 4th of July, we had Monday Night Raw. So if you haven't already, go ahead and check out that review. Cam, Raw wasn't as good last night as it was the previous week, dude.
WWE always know how to mess up what's supposed to be a very good week. They always know how to mess up what's supposed to be a very good week. And it was supposed to be a very good week, which is what exactly this was supposed to be. It's supposed to be a great week. It's supposed to be a great week. We got Great American Bash today. We got Road Rager tomorrow. Then we got SmackDown. Then we have Best in the World on Sunday for Ring of Honor, which the card looks amazing for that, by the way. Then WWE Monday Night Raw had to come and just mess it all up. Just had to try and ruin our fun. They just had to try and ruin our fun. Not a good show last night.
For real, man. I guess really quickly before we dive into this show tonight, I guess we have a new history teacher in Professor McIntyre. If you guys watched his promo last night, did you see that, dude?
I did see Professor McIntyre last night, but what Drew McIntyre posted on Twitter about oh boy, Drew McIntyre posted on Twitter with the classic South Park meme with the classic South Park meme from the Succubus episode of South Park, where it's like I need about 350, where it was like I need about 350. To me, I forgave Drew for that. I forgave Drew for that just because we got that meme. I love that episode of South Park. South Park's a great show. So I forgive Drew. I don't want to see this shit again, but I'll allow it for one night only.
Yeah, I'm not really necessarily a big South Park guy, but it seems pretty funny. But folks, we are going to dive into the Great American Bash Show, and we open it up hot with an excellent NXT Tag Team Championship match with MSK defending the NXT Tag Team Championships against Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher. And when this was the opening match, I'm like, oh man, this is going to be a very good night. You got both these two tag teams. They're going to go out there and they're going to set the bar. And they set the bar pretty damn high, I thought, tonight. And this was an excellent tag team match. The first portion of the match, very fast pace. Quick offense from MSK on Ciampa and on Thatcher. MSK got most of the offense in the beginning on Tommaso Ciampa, and then Ciampa and Thatcher got most of the offense after that on Nash Carter. So it was built a bit slowed down, and then we started to hit the home stretch, and we got uh, a close fall after close fall. When we had Ciampa, one of the MSK guys was going for a moonsault, and Ciampa gave him like a drop kick, and he hit like a white noise. That was a very close near fall. You had the point where Thatcher was taking out Wesley on the outside, and then Thatcher slammed down Nash Carter for the fairy tale ending until Wesley bumped Thatcher into his partner Tommaso Ciampa, and then at the end, Ciampa and Thatcher had miscommunications. MSK got the roll up on Timothy Thatcher, and to begin the evening, saw MSK retain the NXT Tag Team Championships in an excellent match. A lot of people were not happy with the outcome. A lot of people wanted to see Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher get the win. I know my guy Cam Johnson here was one of those people, but this was an excellent tag team match, and you know we're now on to the grizzled young veterans because that's the end game for MSK. That is going to be their end game, and that is a team they are ultimately going to drop the NXT tag team titles to. Is the grizzled young veterans, and I think it needs to happen. But this was an excellent tag team match. The crowd was very into it. A very back and forth match. I really enjoyed it, man. Very good stuff. MSK's best tag team title defense to date so far. And I'm gonna give it to you, Kent. What did you think about the opening match? Are you? I know you're not a fan of the outcome, but what do you think of the outcome? And can you see GYV being tag team champions by the end of the summer?
In terms of the actual match, in terms of the actual match, I thought the match was excellent. I thought this was an excellent. I thought this isn't really. I thought it was excellent. I thought the match itself was really fun. MSK, Champ and Thatcher in there. Champ and Thatcher work well with almost anybody, and MSK have been on a roll. MSK since coming to NXT, they have been on an absolute roll. Now they've been on an absolute roll in terms of just bumping out banger after banger tag team match. So in terms of bumping out banger after banger tag team match, that's something you would like to see there. So I thought the match was excellent. Obviously, I wanted Ciampa and Thatcher to win, not just because I'm a big fan of Tommaso Ciampa, not just because I'm a big fan of Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher, but because I think it could have done the tag team titles to good to get those championships on Thatcher and Ciampa and have MSK chase for, have MSK go on to chase for the tag team titles, and will have them win the tag team titles back eventually. But in terms of who they dropped the tag team titles to, Grizzly Young Veterans, I could definitely see. Yeah, Grizzly Young Veterans, I could definitely see. I think they will be tag team champions by the end of the summer. But also, I'm going to throw this name. But also, I'm going to throw this name into the hat because I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped the titles to them. Hit Row, AJ Francis and Shotzi the Adonis. I would not be surprised if Triple H seems to be all in on Hit Row. I would not be surprised if they hot shot at those titles. Like the way they hot shot at the North American Championship on Swerve. I would not be shocked at all if they hot shot at that. And if they hot shot at the tag team titles on Hit Row, because right now Hit Row is firing on all cylinders. So I think they're either dropping it to the Grizzly Young Veterans or Hit Row. But this is a very fun tag team match, man. And also, why is MSK getting booed? Like, why are they getting booed? I don't know the direction they're going to go in with them. I think turning them heel would be. I think turning them heel would be a mistake, just because I don't think they really have a character to go heel, but they might have to. Because they keep getting booed for some reason. I don't know why.
How are they going to turn MSK here? They feel like bona fide baby faces because they work like baby faces. They're the tag team that everybody loves. The style, the fast tag team style. They fit the old NXT mold, and I just don't see how a heel turn works for MSK, even if they're getting booed. But it might just be the CWC crowd. Um, Hopefully, once they get back to Full Sail, hopefully it's different because I'm a big fan of MSK, man. They've been putting on banger after banger. One of my favorite tag teams in the WWE right now, and I don't think turning them heel would be a good idea. But before we move on to the next match, um, is it me or has Timothy Thatcher gotten more over with Tommaso Ciampa than he is himself? As I've enjoyed Timothy Thatcher much more with Ciampa than by himself, when I found him to be very boring.
I think Champa has helped Timothy Thatcher out a lot. I think Champa has helped Timothy Thatcher out a lot. I really do. I really do. Champa and Thatcher, they're a tag team that just works. They're a tag team. They're a tag team that just works. Everybody loves Tommaso Ciampa, and so you put Tommaso Ciampa with Timothy Thatcher, everybody's gonna love Timothy Thatcher. Thatcher supremacy is what we need on NXT. Damn it! I am still hoping we get Thatcher supremacy all over NXT because the man is great. Him being with Ciampa has just helped him out a lot. Him being with Ciampa has helped him out a lot. This is really the best thing for Thatcher.
Yeah, we'll have to see where they go. I don't really know where Ciampa and Thatcher go, but MSK going over and winning retaining the titles. Believe it or not, you guys watching might disagree with me, but I think it was the right move because I think the Grizzled Young Veterans versus MSK is the match to go with. So we're going to move on to the face-off with Johnny Gargano and Karrion Kross. William Regal said, "Enough is enough the past 2 weeks. Right now, we're calling out Johnny Gargano and Karrion Kross." So they both come out. They don't even do their regular entrances. And Regal says, "You two have been at each other's throats for the last few weeks. And now it's time to settle all of this once and for all." And next week on NXT, it'll be Johnny Gargano versus Karrion Kross for the NXT Championship. And this is happening next Tuesday. And just for you guys out there wondering if why the NXT title match is on why there's going to be an NXT Championship match next Tuesday and not tonight at Great American Bash. Next Tuesday night is the MLB All-Star Game, and I think NXT wants to have a big headlining match on that show so that people will tune in to see that match or that portion of the show rather than watching the All-Star Game. But I'm be watching NXT anyway over the All-Star Game. So to me, it doesn't really matter. But for you people out there that might watch the All-Star Game, That's why I wanted to tell you. But that's not all. It's just not an NXT title match. William Regal says to enforce that we are going to have a winner, there will be a special guest referee, and Samoa Joe is going to be the referee. And I thought it was a very good segment. The back and forth with Gargano and Cross was very good. Cross making fun of Johnny wearing his wife's pants. And then Johnny was like, next week, he said, Johnny Gargano said that Kevin Cross is afraid of him, which I find laughable. But he said that Kevin Cross couldn't lace his wife's boots, and that next week Johnny Gargano was going to run circles around Karrion Cross. Now, before I get your point on this, one or two things are happening next week. Number one, Karrion Cross is going to retain the NXT Championship, and then we are going to get a surprise post-match attack by the enforcer, Samoa Joe. Or two, Samoa Joe is going to get his nose involved, and Samoa Joe is going to cost Karrion Cross the NXT Championship, and Karrion Cross is going to be involved in the draft after SummerSlam. So I will say what I think should happen after you go ahead and make your stance on what do you think about all of this, the special referee, and who wins next week. I'm gonna give it to you first.
For the special referee of Samoa Joe next week, I love that. I think that makes sense. I do. I think that makes sense. I do, and I think we're getting Samoa Joe, and I think we're getting a Samoa Joe Karrion Cross match. I don't know if it's going to be a takeover, or for the NXT title, but I think we're getting a Samoa Joe Karrion Cross match. Once Samoa Joe's medically cleared. So I like the fact that they're building up to that. But in terms of in terms of them making this a championship match, in terms of them making this a championship match next week, uh, with with the reports that we've seen of Karrion Cross working dark matches, Karrion Cross working dark matches, and him and Scarlett being caught up to the main roster. And by the way, I kind of want to point that out. There was no Scarlett with There was no Scarlett with Karrion Cross in this face-off. There's no Scarlett was not out there with him. So with all those reports, I think next week is Karrion Cross's swan song. I do. I think that's why Bronson Reed lost the championship last week, because Bronson Reed is going to be involved in the draft. And I think Karrion Cross is dropping the championship next week, because I think he's going to be involved in the draft too, to get caught up to the main roster. So I think Karrion Cross's reign ends next week to Johnny Gargano of all people. And I love Johnny Gargano. This is just very unexpected. To have Gargano be the one to beat Karrion Cross, that was very unexpected. I did not see that happening at all. And I was very unexpected. I did not see that happening at all. But yeah, I think Karrion Cross drops the NXT title next week after, I think Joe's going to cost Cross the title. I think this is going to lead to Joe and Cross either at a takeover show or either on a either on a takeover show or on a or on an episode of NXT. And then after that, I think Karrion Cross is being involved in the draft. I think he's going up.
Man, I just cannot see. I just cannot see Karrion Cross losing to Johnny Gargano. It's just not realistic in my mind. If it was Pete Dunne in this situation, you know what? I understand it, and I would not be mad if Pete Dunne beat Karrion Cross. I might not be mad if Johnny Gargano beats Karrion Cross. We're just gonna have to wait and see how this plays out. I don't think it's gonna be a clean finish, but I can't possibly see how you can justify a little 5'7" Johnny Gargano defeat this monster in Karrion Cross. I don't see it. So I think Karrion Cross is going to retain next week. I could be wrong. And you know what? If Johnny Gargano wins, though, I won't be shocked. Because expect the unexpected with Vince and Bruce and the higher ups, they were reportedly down at the Performance Center this week, scouting talent. And, Cameron Cross could be on his way up. He did say in his promo that he has 3 goals when he wakes up. It's to be the NXT champion forever, which is not going to happen. Main event WrestleMania, which I don't see happening with Vince McMahon in charge, and to become the WWE champion, which, if all cards play, they're right, and they book Cross the way he should be booked. Could I see Karrion Cross being a WWE champion? Sure. I could absolutely see that, but Karrion Cross's days are clearly numbered in NXT, I think.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, of course. Also, they take away. Also the reports are true, and they take away Scarlett from him. He's dead. He's dead. If they take Scarlett away from him and his, and the entrance that we saw him have on main event, that's his actual entrance when he gets caught up to the main roster. He's dead. So for his sake, I hope he's. So for his sake, I hope. So for his sake, I hope things work out well for him.
Listen, people already criticize Karrion Cross because of how boring he is in the ring. They don't like his style of work in the ring. If you put that with his entrance music and looking like a Superstar 2.01 in WWE 2K20, this guy is going to be the next Baron Corbin, and he's going to come off as boring, and people are not going to want to see him. And I don't want to see that for Karrion Cross because this guy is a legit monster, and he can dominate Monday Night Raw. Obviously, he's not going to dominate SmackDown with Roman Reigns on there, but he can dominate Monday Night Raw. But if you take away the entrance, I mean, Adam, we said this last week. Adam Cole's promo about a month ago now cannot be true. If there was no smoke and there's no girl, there's nothing special about Karrion Cross. And Adam Cole's right. So next week is a big NXT Championship match, and of course we'll be here to cover it on the Big Fight Field channel for you guys. So we got a big NXT title match next week. Johnny Gargano versus Karrion Cross with Samoa Joe as the special guest referee. But we are going to talk about the $1 Million Championship. LA Knight, Cameron Grimes. This was their second match since NXT TakeOver in Your House. And believe it or not, man, I thought this match was much better than the match at In Your House. I knew Cameron Grimes was going to lose, but I was really, really pulling for him to win. It seemed like he was going to win, but I loved the finish with LA Knight grabbing the title, the referee taking it away from him, and the title fell on the outside. Then both guys are brawling outside, and then suddenly LA Knight hits a DDT onto Cameron Grimes. He hits a DDT on Cameron Grimes onto the $1 Million title, and Cameron Grimes barely gets back in the ring. He's wobbling all over the place. He's knocked out. LA Knight hits his finisher, and LA Knight beat him after he basically had the match won once he hit that DDT onto the title. And of course, the story is going to continue because now Cameron Grimes is going to be LA Knight's butler. And I don't think it's going to be like Chuck Taylor and Miro. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I actually think it's going to be pretty good because they both have great chemistry together, not only in the ring, but in funny comedic segments or sometimes serious segments. So I'm a little curious to see what these segments are going to be, but the feud is continuing, and this is probably going to continue into the next takeover. And you know what? I don't have a problem with it. It gives both guys something to do. Very nice role for LA Knight. He's absolutely killing it as the $1 Million champion, and it gets more sympathy for Cameron Grimes because Cameron Grimes is going to get bullied as this new butler for LA Knight, and people are going to start to feel bad for him, and it gets more sympathy for him. And you know what? I like it. I really do. And when he wins that title whenever, it's going to be a special moment, man. So, what do you think, Cam? Floor is yours, man. The $1 million title. LA Knight defeat Cameron Grimes. Your thoughts?
I thought this was another excellent match for the night. I thought this was another excellent match. I'm in agreement with you. I thought this match was better. I'm in agreement with you. I thought this match was better than the in your house match, and this is probably one of the best LA Knight / Eli Drake matches I've seen. I like LA Knight and Eli Drake as a wrestler, he's perfectly fine. But as a wrestler, he's perfectly fine. But the way he's gonna make it, but the way he's gonna make his money is what he does on the microphone. Cameron Grimes is great. Cameron Grimes is on a whole nother level right now. The dude is absolutely amazing. He got an absolute monster pop from the CWC. He got an absolute monster pop from the CWC tonight. I'll continue to say it that Cameron Grimes, not only in NXT, but I think the main roster is going to be a money player for years to come for WWE. It's going to be a money player for years to come for WWE. We obviously see it happening right now with NXT. The guy's going to be huge. But for some strange reason, I also think that when the time comes that Cameron Grimes does go up to the main roster, I think Vince McMahon is going to take a look at him. I think Vince McMahon is going to fall in love with him. I think Vince is going to take a look at him. He's going to fall in love with him because he is so versatile. He's so good, and he's just so good at a virtue. He's so good. And he's so good and so versatile. I think that's so important. I think that's so important for Vince McMahon. I think that's so important for Vince McMahon. Cameron Grimes is absolutely fantastic. Him and LA Knight had a banger. Him and LA Knight had a great match tonight. And the Butler segments are going to be great because Cameron Grimes is a very funny guy. Now the Butler segments are going to be great because Cameron Grimes is a very funny guy. Because Cameron Grimes is a very funny guy. So I think these Butler segments are going to be great. And if Cameron Grimes does win the $1 million championship from LA Knight, and I'm only saying if because I could see LA Knight, and I'm only saying if because I could see LA Knight retaining the $1 million championship when they have their third match of them keeping the championship all night. And then moving Grimes up, maybe to a feud with Swerve Scott. As Swerve stood the champion at the time for the North American Championship. And I only say maybe that's a possibility because NXT they desperately need because NXT they need baby faces right now. They don't have a whole lot of baby faces, so maybe them using Cameron Grimes, to beat Swerve Scott from the North American Championship when the time is right. When the time is right might be a better option. So I don't know if Grimes is going to win the North American. So I don't know if Grimes is going to win the $1 million championship. But either way, Cameron Grimes is going to get even more over because of this, and is going to get even more over because of this, and he's going to become a bigger baby face out of these Butler segments. Out of him being LA Knight's Butler. Than what he already is. The dude is money. This match was great. Both guys are great, and this feud continues to kill.
Yeah, I'm very, very interested to see what happens. I think the segments are going to be very funny as well. So we will have to see what happens. But before we get into the next match, I think it was Beth Phoenix who announced the 2021 Breakout Tournament competitors. I did not get all the names on the list, but I did get a few. Trey Baxter is in the tournament, who took on Kushida a couple weeks ago. Carmelo Hayes, who recently took on Adam Cole on NXT television. Was that last week? I think it was. The last week or the week before. The week before.
Yeah.
Carmelo Hayes, he's in the tournament. Duke Hudson, who was known before as Brandon Vink, he's in the tournament. Josh Briggs, if you guys remember him from Evolve Wrestling, he's in it. Joe Gassy, I think the guy's name is. And that is all the names I got so far that are in the tournament that I remembered off the top of my head. I'm kind of surprised we don't see Parker Bordeaux on that list, but man, I'm going to take a wild card here. If I'm going to pick a winner, I've watched this guy grow for a couple years. He's young. He's really big. I would like to see Josh Briggs win the breakout tournament. I remember seeing him in that One Evolve show in 2019. I don't remember what match it was, but I was very impressed by what he did that night. And you know what, man? I want to see him succeed in NXT. I'm a big fan of his. I think he's very good. He's tall, and I think he's gonna win the breakout. That's my guy to win the breakout tournament. But who do you think is gonna win that tournament?
Well, before I get into who's going to win the breakout tournament here, I just want to get into the I just want to get into the names. I just want to get into some of the names you left off. Ike Manjiro, we have Ike Manjiro also in this tournament. I think he's one of the newer signees. I've really never heard of him. And this guy named Odyssey Jones, who is 400 pounds. This guy named Odyssey Jones, who's like 400 pounds and like 6'6". I don't think the guy has ever wrestled a day in his life. I think he used to be a football. I think he used to be a football player. I don't know for who, but I think he used to play football. So I think so. I'm curious to see what he can do. In terms of who I got winning here, I want Andre. I'm pulling for Andre Chase here because I saw North Carolina underneath it. And North Carolinians got to represent North Carolina, and North Carolinians got to represent North Carolinians. So I'd love to see Andre Chase win it. Uh, Josh Briggs is a guy I will admit I've never seen. I've never seen Josh Briggs. I've never seen Josh Briggs, but I trust you. So but I trust you. So if you say that this guy's somebody to look out for, and he was involved and he was killing it, then I can't wait to see what Josh Briggs does. But who wins this here? I think I'm gonna go with my boy Carmelo Hayes. I think Carmelo Hayes is winning. I think Carmelo Hayes might win the breakout tournament. I think Carmelo Hayes, Josh Briggs, and Trey Baxter. I think those are. I think those three. I think those are your best. I think those are your best bets in order, for who wins the breakout tournament. But this should be fun. This breakout tournament should be a lot of fun. It's always a good thing to get new faces on television. So this should be a lot of fun.
I think this should be a yearly thing for NXT, like they do the Dusty Classic every single year in the beginning of the year. I think during the summer every year they should do breakout tournament. It's exciting and it gets you to tune into something to watch. Well, now next week we have an NXT title match and we have the start of the breakout tournament. So, very curious to see what happens next week. And the main roster should do that more. I love tournaments, and I think tournaments are a great thing for professional wrestling in NXT, on the main roster in WWE, in AEW, in Impact Wrestling. I love tournaments, and I think we need more of them in wrestling. So I'm loving that we get this tournament next week. I'm very, very excited for it. We'll definitely be talking about the breakout tournament here on your Tuesday nights on the Big Fight Field channel. But we're going to move on to the show, the women's tag team title match. The match I was probably least looking forward to tonight, but turned out to be pretty good and pretty eventful because of the finish. Io Shirai and Zoe Stark challenged Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell for the women's tag team championships. Thought for sure that Candice and Indy were going to retain here, but as Candice LeRae is looking to put away, Indy Hartwell is looking to put away Zoe Stark, the lights go out, and on the big X for the NXT screen is 100%. And we've been wondering the past couple weeks now, who is this battery charge? Who is this for? We've seen 20% and 30%, 80. All you guys know the drill. And the lights come on, and it is Tegan Nox. She's been out of action for almost a year. Candice LeRae was the woman who took her out. I love the story here. She costed Tegan Nox a year of her wrestling career in NXT. So what is Tegan Nox going to do? She's going to come back and she's going to cost Candice LeRae the women's tag team championships. Her and Indy Hartwell, the women's tag team championships. And shockfully, Zoe Stark and Io Shirai are the new tag team champions. And they Tegan and Candice took the spotlight away from the two ladies that won, brawling in the ring, brawling on the outside. So I love that we are continuing this feud since Tegan Knox was injured. And Triple H is keeping Io Shirai around in NXT. And that, my friend, that's good news, right?
Trust me, that is good news. I do not want to see Io Shirai end up like Kyrie. I do not want to see Io Shirai end up like Kyrie Sane, because they didn't do jack shit with that woman. So I'm happy. Hey, so I'm happy Io Shirai is sticking around in NXT. I think this is the best place for her to be right now. I thought this match was. I thought this match was really. I thought the match was really good. And I like the Tegan Knox return. I like the Tegan Knox return. I didn't even have Tegan. I didn't even think Tegan Knox was a real possibility to come back. I thought she was still going to be out. I thought she was still going to be out injured. I didn't think she was a real possibility until Sean Ross Sapp until Sean Ross Sapp reported last night that she worked a dark match on Raw. I don't know. So it may have been against Tony Storm. It may have been against Tony Storm. But when Sean Ross Sapp said that Tegan Knox worked a dark match last night, so I figured she worked a dark match on Raw, that she would be the charging, that she would be the person charging. By the way, Tegan Knox needs a new phone charger. If it takes your phone 4 weeks, if it takes your phone about 4 weeks to get a 100% charge, you need a new charger. My lord, that thing was charging forever. But no, Tegan Knox coming back. Tegan Knox coming back makes sense. She was feuding with Candice LeRae before she got injured. Candice LeRae took her out. Candice LeRae took her out. Candice LeRae took her out via storyline wise. So those story here is taking. So those story here. So the whole story here is, you cost me about a good year of my career. I'm gonna cost you I'm gonna cost you the tag team titles. I'm gonna cost you your championship. So I like that story here. And for Tegan Knox, I hope Tegan Knox can stay healthy this go around. This is like her third. It's like her third or fourth. It's like her third or fourth ACL tear. I hope she can. I hope she stays healthy this time around. I do, because if she suffers another one, because if she gets injured again, I don't think that's a good. I don't think that's gonna be a good look for her in her WWE run. I think I think when we get that, if she gets hurt again, when we get those next round of cuts, I think her name might be on them. I think her name might be on them, unfortunately. So I hope she can stay healthy this time around.
Yeah, man. She has a lot of support as well. And another thing I want to touch on, yeah, as stacked as the women's division is in NXT, they really don't have much baby faces. Yeah, they have that they're planning. They're already teasing Raquel Gonzalez against Shotzi Blackheart for the women's title. They could do Dakota Kai, but man, let me tell you, Tegan Knox. Tegan Knox is not a bad choice to take that title off of Raquel Gonzalez. I would not be I would not be mad about that at all.
Oh, of course not. Oh, of course not. Of course not. I think Tegan Knox is a. I think Tegan Knox is a great choice as well. But I think Tegan Knox is a great choice as well. But part of me kind of doesn't see it happening, because I don't think. But part of me almost doesn't see it happening, because I don't know if they're gonna trust her. Because I don't know if they're gonna want to put the champion. Because I don't know if they're gonna want to put the championship on her, only to fear that they're gonna have to take it off, or they're gonna have to strip her. If she can stay healthy, she can stay healthy for about a good year, for about a good year and a half. I think she's a great choice to win I think she's a great choice to become NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah, man. Like we said, we're just hoping that she stays healthy because, she's a great wrestler, and this fits right for the first feud for her to come back to as a feud with Candice LeRae. This personal feud now which I'm thinking it could be a match at Takeover in August, whenever that happens. And I'm looking forward to it, man. So should be good. As for Io and Zoe Stark, they won the titles, and this is just keeping Io Shirai around in NXT and giving her some stuff to do. So adding on to her accolades. But good for Zoe Stark, man. She's learning from one of the best in the world in Io Shirai now. You know, how long she's been on NXT for? 2 months, and she's already tag team champion. Does it feel forced or not?
I can see where you say it kind of does feel for. I can see where you say it kind of does feel forced. I think she's been on NXT since February, so about 3 4 months. So about 3 4 months. I see where I could see where this definitely feels forced. But this keeps Io Shirai in NXT. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. She could have debuted, or she could have debuted last week. As long as Io Shirai stays in NXT, fine with me. Keep it on there.
Absolutely. But Cam, we had a big celebration, dude. Isaiah Swerve Scott became the North.
Oh, oh, oh.
He became the North American champion last week, and we had a rap party tonight at the Capitol Wrestling Center with Hit Rose, Brianna Brandy, Ashanti the Adamas, and Top Dollar. I already told him off camera. I might as well tell him now. Folks, Cameron is going to buy an album from Top Dollar. Okay? Okay?
Okay. I got my credit card. I got my money ready, man. I'm ready to get it. I'm ready to get. I'm ready to get this album from. I'm ready to get this album from Hit Row from Top Dollar.
But for real, man, go ahead and give your thoughts on the whole segment.
Hit Row can't rap. That's my thoughts on it. Oh, my thoughts on it. That's my thoughts on it. Everybody except Isaiah Swerve Scott should refrain from rapping. Or should refrain from rapping because this rap was not really all that good at all. I hope it works out for him in NXT. I do. I hope these careers in NXT work out for him because they don't have a shot in I don't think they have a shot in music after what I heard tonight. This was bad. This was bad. Swerve was the only. This was bad. Swerve was the only good one here. Swerve was the only good one here, and the segment turned out. A lot better once they started rapping their theme song and they rapped "Hit Row" down to the ring. But when you had Ashanti the Adonis rapping and you had B-Fab rapping, this segment was not. This segment was not really all that good. And once again, Max Caster remains the king of rap music. Max Caster is the best rapper, not only in wrestling, but Max Caster is the best rapper alive. Drake, J. Cole, Lil Baby, the Baby, Kendrick Lamar, they cannot hold a candle to Max Caster. That is a fact. That is a fact. But that is a fact. But outside of them singing their themes, this segment was no good.
Dude, the beat to their rap sounded so off. I'm like, what is this? I love Hit Row, but before they rapped their theme song, I was like, this is not it for me, man. This is not it. But then when the lights came out and their theme song came on, and you heard, hey, hit row, hit row, hit row, being on tiptoe. Oh no. Now you got me rapping to the Hit Row theme song, so. Oh man. I'll do a video of that, maybe. I don't know. Me rapping the Hit Row, I don't know, man. But
Quick question, Joseph, before we move on. Do you listen to the rap music, Joseph? Do
do
you
I
listen to the rap genre of music?
I do.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
I listen to a lot of rap on the way to work, actually.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to hear. Okay.
Yeah,
All
man.
right. Okay. All right. I was just wondering.
All right, I got you. But yeah, he's a good rapper. Swerve is a very good rapper. I'll give him that. Uh, he was very good in what he did. Ashanti was okay. Top Dollar, you got to work on it a little bit. And Brianna, you got to work on that a little bit as well. But Ashanti was okay. Swerve was very good. But, Triple H, I could tell it already, man. Triple H loves these guys, and I love that he loves Hit Row because I said it a couple weeks ago that Hit Row is a type of faction you want to build around on NXT. And I think I think these guys are going to get over when we get to full NXT crowds and full takeover crowds with Full Sail University and them going on the road for takeover. I think Hit Row is going to be very over, man. I really do. They are a great act. They are a great stable. Swerve looks glorious with the NXT North American Championship. I honestly hope he holds the title till the end of the year, maybe going into the new year in 2022. But man, Triple H, like I said, Triple H is all in on Hit Row, and I absolutely love it, man. Swerve, this is where he deserves to be. He deserves to be at the top, the North American Championship. If he's not going to be the NXT champion, he should be the North American champion. And man, I love it. If it's Triple H is all in on Hit Row, so am I. Actually, I am all in on these guys. The question is now: is Cameron Johnson all in on Hit Row?
I am all in. I'm all in on Hit Row. This faction is gonna. I'm all in on Hit Row. This faction is going to be great. I'm all in on Hit Row. This faction has been great. They're going to be great. And when we get back to Full Sail, they're probably going to be the most over thing on the show. It's going to be Cameron Grimes #1, and then these guys #2, and then these guys #2. So yeah, Hit Row got a real bright future. Just keep them away from the microphone.
I gotta ask you a question before we move on to the main event. Do you like to rap?
I can't rap, Joseph. I can't rap. I'm not rapping. I can't rap. I'm not rapping on this show. I can't rap. So, no, I don't like to rap because I can't rap.
Ah, gotcha. Man, I was gonna say maybe one day we can get you to rap with Swerve or Max Caster, but I guess that's
Hey,
not happening.
tell Max Caster to hit me up on Twitter. Cam71101, by the way. Tell him to hit me up on Twitter. Tell him to hit me up on Twitter, and we can work something out.
All right, you hear that, Max Caster? Hit him up on Twitter. Hit him up. But we are going to talk about this main event. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly. This was their second match. Honestly, guys, it would be ridiculous if I went over this match move by move or try to, because it's just a lot to remember. But if you did not watch, somehow, if you did not watch this match, you need to go take 25 minutes out of your day to go watch this match. This match was an absolute clinic from Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. If you wanted to make a case, I might sound crazy, but if you wanted to make a case that Adam Cole is the best bell to bell wrestler, not only in the WWE, on the planet, I would not disagree with you. I would not give you an argument with that. The dude is absolutely incredible at what he does. Karrion Kross was talking earlier tonight. He wanted to be main eventing WrestleMania. He wanted to be the WWE champion. I'm looking at this match. I'm looking at the match that he put on at Stand and Deliver. I'm looking at the previous matches he's had in NXT. How is there? How can you say at Adam Cole's future is not being the WWE champion or the Universal champion, man? How? I really do not understand it, but if there's one guy he has outstanding chemistry with, it's undoubtedly Kyle O'Reilly. These guys have so far, Cam, you might disagree with me, but so far these guys have had 2 match of the year so far. And it's crazy, these TV matches that we've been getting the past couple weeks. We saw MJF, Sammy Guevara on Dynamite Wednesday night. Friday night, we had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, one of the best matches on SmackDown the entire year. Now tonight, We saw Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly absolutely go out there and put on a clinic. Absolutely incredible to watch. Two Panama Sunrises. After Kyle O'Reilly went for the top rope with the jumping knee to Cole, and Cole hit the last shot, I'm like, that's it, man. And then, don't you know it? Kyle O'Reilly kicks out, and I'm like, golly, man. They really got me on that one. But then Adam Cole just keeps going after the knee and going after the knee and trying to take down that knee of Kyle O'Reilly. Then Cole hits the Panama Sunrise. And then the last shot. And he pins Kyle O'Reilly to even up the score at 1-1. And the rubber match is undoubtedly coming in August, man. And man, listen, you can take my money right now. Seriously, after what we saw at April with the unsanctioned match, what we saw tonight at the Great American Bash, just give me the match now, man. Give me the match now. They have put on two of the best matches that we've seen in WWE this year, man. No joke. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Go ahead.
I'm in agree. I'm in agreement with you, man. I'm in complete agreement with you. You know what Adam Cole reminds me of? This run Adam Cole is on right now, or the run he's been on the past 2 years. The run he's been on since he's really stepped foot in WWE. There was a period of time back in 2014, 2015, where Seth Rollins, before Rollins got injured and before Rollins became a giant laughingstock, where Rollins in the ring, definitely in WWE, but maybe any promotion, Rollins in the ring was untouchable. The guy went out there and just put on the guy went out there and put on 5-star matches with everybody under the sun. Pac, Moxley, Roman, Cena, Cesaro. Rollins was on a completely different level in 2015. This is what Adam Cole reminds me of here. Adam Cole, I think, is the modern day Shawn Michaels. I do. I think Adam Cole is the modern day. I think Adam Cole is the modern day Shawn Michaels, and I don't like comparing wrestlers to and I don't like comparing wrestlers to stars of the past. But if I had to do it in this case, I think Adam Cole is the modern day Shawn. In particular, Shawn Michaels from about 96 to 97. When Shawn Michaels in 96, 97 was the absolute best in the world. That's what this Adam Cole run reminds me of here. Every single match the guy's in, every match the guy's in NXT, the guy kills it. Kyle O'Reilly has been on a whole different other level too. Now Kyle O'Reilly's been killing it too, but Adam Cole has been just on a different level. But Adam Cole has just been on a different level. And if this man, I don't care that Adam Cole is not 6 feet tall like Vince McMahon wants. The guy has everything you need. All right, everything that WWE should look for when they're looking for their next top star. When they're looking for their next top star, he can talk. He can talk. He can cut a promo. The guy can get over with the audience. He can get the crowd to love him, or he can get the crowd to hate him. PR work for your company. The guy's gonna go on your shit. The guy's gonna go and he's going to defend his company tooth and nail. He has all the tools needed to be an absolute WrestleMania main eventer. To be an absolute WrestleMania main eventer. Adam Cole is on a completely different level right now. The man is absolutely phenomenal. The man is absolutely phenomenal. Not outside of Kenny Omega and Shingo Takagi, Adam Cole may be the third. He may be top 5 he's definitely in the top 5 in terms of wrestlers in the world right now. This match was great. This match was great. The rubber match that they're going to have is great. Adam Cole is just on a completely different level. Kyle O'Reilly is stepping his game up. But Adam Cole is like the 96, 97 version of Shawn Michaels, or like the 96, 97 version of Shawn Michaels, or like old school, like NWA, or like NWA Ric Flair. That is how good Adam Cole has been in NXT so far. He's been killing it. Man, he's been killing it. He's been killing it. This match is great. This match is great. The feud has been great. And whenever we get the rubber match, whether that be in August or September, whether that be in August or September, they're gonna, that match is gonna be great. And you mentioned it yourself. You mentioned yourself the amount of great wrestling we've seen on free TV. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Last Man Standing from Friday night, Sammy Guevara and MJF. That's only going to continue in the month of July. Tomorrow with Roll Raver, you have the Young Bucks against Penta and against Kenya, against Penta and Eddie, against Penta and Eddie Kingston in a street fight. And I guarantee you that match is probably going to be a match of the year contender. That match is probably going to be a match of the year contender. Then you look at what else, we have in store over the next few weeks. It's going to be a fun. This is going to be a fun month. And you mentioned the great wrestling we had on TV so far. That's only going to continue in the month of July. Man, this match was excellent. This was an excellent match. Adam Cole is on another level right now.
I mean, we've seen a lot of mistreatments, underutilized, buried NXT talents on the main roster. But truth be told, that if that same thing happens to Adam Cole, he gets mistreated, and he's not where he should be, I'm truly going to be devastated. There is no possible way, in my opinion, that you can possibly mess up one of the greatest wrestlers in the world right now. One of the best wrestlers in the world right now. And that's how it's been since he stepped foot into NXT with all the classics he had. And he's only going to get better. You think of the matches he can have on the main roster, the banger matches, if Vince McMahon allows him to. I know Vince McMahon hates pro wrestling, but if he allows Adam Cole to go out there and put on bangers with the likes of Cesaro, Kofi Kingston, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Rey Mysterio. I'm thinking of really good wrestlers on the main roster. If you allow him to do that, he's going to be fine, hopefully. But, man, I could not say enough good things about this main event. And I really could not say enough good things about the show tonight, man. Awesome show, like I said. Had a lot of fun watching it, man. And I hope you guys enjoyed this review tonight. Thank you all for watching. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. We've got a big week to round up. Road Rager tomorrow night. The first live, sold-out, packed arena outside of Daly's Place for AEW. It feels so good to say it, man. That's going to be tomorrow night. SmackDown on Friday. And then a whole new week next week. Maybe a video on Sunday. Not sure yet. But be sure to subscribe to the channel. Comment down below your thoughts about tonight's NXT Great American Bash show. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from myself and Cameron Johnson. And go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram, man. At Conlon_Joseph. And Cam, where can they follow you on your socials, my friend?
Follow me on Twitter at Cam71101. It is the profile picture of Homer Simpson eating a donut because Homer Simpson is the best dad ever. And because Homer Simpson is the best dad ever. So follow me on Twitter at Cam71101. Make sure you subscribe to the CNE podcast on all platforms. And we got a fun week, and we got a fun month of July ahead. And we got a fun month of July planned ahead. This Friday, should be out this Friday. We have an interview with WWE. We have an interview with WWE legend Stacy Keibler. WWE legend Stacy Keibler. And also make sure you subscribe to the CNE podcast to get coverage, previews, and predictions on Money in the Bank, AEW Road Rager, AEW Fight for the Fallen, and AEW Fighter Fest, and AEW Fight for the Fallen, which I will be at. So make sure you follow me on Twitter, and also make sure you subscribe to the CNA podcast on all platforms, and also make sure you follow me on Twitter because Sunday, July 11th, is my birthday. and I want birthday wishes. And I want birthday wishes. So and I want birthday wishes. So make sure you follow me on Twitter to give me my birthday wishes at Cam71101. And if I find out you watched this video and did not give me any birthday wishes, well then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably not gonna do anything. But I will cry if I don't get those birthday wishes from you people. I'm joking. But make sure I'm joking. But yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Cam71101 and make sure you subscribe to the CNE podcast.
Well, let me tell you something. You, for your birthday, will get albums from Max Caster and Hit Row. How's that?
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
All right, man. He's got his birthday on Sunday. We are just hitting 1 hour on the review. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Have a good night. Stay safe. And I will see you tomorrow night. Well, we will see you next Tuesday for NXT. And I will see you tomorrow night for the Road Rager review here on the channel, man. Have a good one and stay safe.